Hurricane Helene, a Category 4 storm, caused widespread damage and loss across the U.S. Southeast, with at least 64 deaths reported and millions without power. The storm, which hit Florida's Big Bend region late Thursday, quickly moved through Georgia, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Governor Brian Kemp described the damage as like a bomb went off. As Helene weakened, it brought heavy rain that flooded rivers and threatened dams. Landslides and flooding isolated parts of western North Carolina, closing roads and delaying a football game. Rescue efforts were intense, with helicopters rescuing people from rooftops and continuing into the next day. The storm, now a post-tropical cyclone, was expected to stay over the Tennessee Valley over the weekend. North Carolina saw some of the worst flooding in a century, with areas like Spruce Pine receiving over 2 feet of rain. Atlanta also recorded its highest two-day rainfall total since 1878. President Joe Biden called Helene's damage overwhelming and announced help from the government, including support for North Carolina. Helene has caused at least 25 deaths in South Carolina, making it the deadliest storm there since Hurricane Hugo in 1989. It has also led to deaths in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia. Experts predict that Helene could cause $15 billion to $26 billion in property damage and $95 billion to $110 billion in total losses in the U.S. Before the storm hit, people were being evacuated, especially as lakes were overflowing and dams were at risk. Helicopters were used to rescue people from flooded homes. So far, 11 people have died in Florida, with 9 of them in a mandatory evacuation zone in Pinellas County, where Sheriff Bob Galtieri said none of the deaths were in Taylor County, where Helene first hit. Taylor County hasn't seen a direct hurricane in years, but residents are starting to see a pattern of storms in the area. Climate change is making hurricanes like Helene stronger, with warmer ocean temperatures playing a big role. Helene is the 8th storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, which is expected to be above average due to high ocean temperatures.